So once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. Okay, so today we are on the fifth day, and our, today I'll be covering on 6 units: Unit 11, Unit 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So, it will be reflected on the subsidiary services, the shops, emporiums, and melas. Mela is a Hindi word. In English, it means fair. Then we have travel agents, tour operators, guides, and escorts. As the last unit is on tourism information sources. So, like what are the common services? That is, what are the products and services that's used in the tourism sector? Then, what is the type of jobs? Then, what is the importance of the village and the small town? Hut means fair. Okay, so in Hindi, in India, we call it hut. So it is known as this village and the small town fair. Then Delhi, the capital city of India, they have a Delhi Heart. I'll go into details on that also. Then what is the role of the travel agents? What is the role of the tour operators? What do you mean by guides, escorts? What is the role of the escort? What is the role of the guides? And what is the importance of information? Importance of information at the different tourist sites, like whether it's the airport or whether it's the tourist destinations, as how the sources of informations, are handled by the government agencies and all. So start with, first unit is on subsidiary services, categories and rules. So while marketing a destination, some of the services can be offered in the package. So what are the services? There are travel products and services, and especially, a tourist can be advised, what is available, and they should be cautioned what to use and what not to use, where to go, when to go, how to go, to different types of medias. Then similarly, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to run your own business, then you should also know about the services and choose as per the requirements, right? So, there are certain services which are needed to be backed up by the tourism system, and the types of subsidiary services required depends on the form of tourism developed. So, what are the services for foreign tourists as well as the domestic tourists? Like for domestic tourists, if it's within the country, within the state or within the country, you may not be requiring passport visa. But of course, if the foreign tourist is coming, you need a passport, you need a visa, when to visit, where to stay, what to eat, what are the destinations to be covered, and so on. So, plus you have services for the adventure tourism as well as for pilgrimage tourism. Adventure tourism is, maybe you may be here going for parasailing, or you may be going for mountaineering. So these services and products, you should not only you need to sell the products or services, but you need to know when when to sell the product, because in the month of, suppose, in India it is very hot during May and June. Of course, if you wanted to visit Rajasthan, Rajasthan is full of deserts, but of course it has beautiful forts, heritage hotels, and all. We may not advise a tourist to visit during the month of May and June because it's very hot season out in India. We will tell them to visit during October, November, December, January, Feb, because it's a very pleasant season. So these small informations, but very typical important informations, should be like the tip of the travel agents, tour operators, and all. And as a tourism professional, you must be aware of such services to advise as well as the caution the tourists and choose their option before starting a small scale business. So, what are the common services? Tourist opens up to remote places which are often attractive because they are underdeveloped. It creates the demand for services which are generally not required by local residents. It has been observed there are many destinations, which are especially the eco-tourist places. I mean, the local community really does a lot to promote the ecotourism destination, but the state may not, just pay attention to those. But yes, when the tourists come, especially the foreigners, they wanted to visit those ecotourists. places. So that is the reason behind is, they are still not developed. They wanted to know, because usually they stay in a star category hotels, but there you'll find all resort properties where you have to stay in guest houses or where you have to stay in tents and all. So those, minimum services have to be provided to the tourists, which the local community should be aware of. Now there is the link transport routes, like, as per the demand. As we know, there are two important components, that is the demand and the supply. So demand arises from point where the tourist disembarks from main transport. Thus, when a tourist arriving at the airport, they uses the services of the taxi, they use the services of the government buses. Then there are Volvo buses, coaches, which are operated by the hotels and operated by the airlines, operated by the particular travel agent, corporation of the the state. Suppose I am from Orissa state, so there's Orissa Tourism Development Corporation. If you land up at Delhi, that is the capital city of India, you may be getting the service from ITDC. ITDC means Indian Tourism Development Corporation. So similarly, in the country we have ITDC, that is the Indian Tourism Development Corporation. Plus in other states, that is the states of India, they have their own tourism development corporation. And there are taxi operators, they often get high budget tourists as clients. Then there are motorcycle taxi services are offered by local unemployed youths at Goa, because as I told you yesterday, Goa is full of beaches and it's have a 40 views, that I mean churches and all. So what happened, and especially being, you'll find all honeymoon couples, youngsters going there. So they would, instead of going, preferring a taxi, they would like to enjoy the drive in a motorbike. So those places are having motorcycle taxis also, you can say. So, luxury hotels run their own luxury. I mean, like a place like Goa, there are around 20, more than 20 five-star hotels. So you can understand, the number of visitors arrive in Goa of Maharashtra. Okay. So these are very few, you need to pay attention to when you are selling a product. That is what you are selling. You are selling the destination of your country. What are the like eating joints? Where are the restaurants? What are the bars? And even if you want to become a small entrepreneur, you can just you can run your own tea stalls or your food outlets or your kiosk. Then you can have restaurants. Then you can have casinos. Like, Goa has casino, but only Goa and other states is there is casino. But other places in Orissa, I mean other places in the country, we don't have casino. Then comes entertainment and recreation. So, mm, when we talk about entertainment, there are amusement parks, there are theater halls, you'll find there are restaurants which are providing themed dinner. Suppose when the World Cup cricket was going on, or World Cup football, recently the World Cup football was going on. So, all the dinners at the deluxe hotel. You're the restaurants located in the star category hotel. They had a theme dinner. The theme was made like, food with all footballs, and you have a different setup. That is basically what is theme known as theme dinner or theme lunches and all. They give a setup. You get the when you have your food, you also get the essence, the beauty of that festival that is going on around. Then there are musical evenings, and musical evenings they employ artists and performers. We have many Indian, musicians who go abroad for performing different programs. Even they are on sometimes they are on a world tour and all. They go to different countries. Similarly, different musicians come to our country to perform. So these are the few things where tourism really develops. But the poor people often even sometimes employ their children to perform acrobatics to earn money. As I told you, there is a uniform. There's one is a uniform and another is the informal services. So these are being divided. If it is a musical event, when foreign musicians are coming, it's taking place in a five-star hotel. But at the same time, you have seen the fairs and exhibitions, like heart, as I've told. So poor people, you might be they are employed here. How they are employed? They are employing their children to perform acrobats to earn money. So at sometimes, it's also spoiling the image of the destinations. But however, we have the mix of everything. So there are also tourist police, and this tourist police like states like Goa, which is in Maharashtra, then Kerala, which is known as the God's paradise, and they have tourist police which provide employment to the local youth and security and for the safety of the tourists. Now these are the some you have I have tried to make it more like pictorial so that you have an idea. This is what are the places local. When you go to any destination or you go to any temples and all, you'll find all this type of outlets. People buying flowers, people buying some sweets and then offering to gods. Obviously, when they go to a destination, they also maybe it's a mountain mountain region, they wanted to go for horse riding and all. And this type of I mean the local peoples are engaged in this type of activities. Then there is the communication. Earlier, when mobile was not much in operation, there were STD and ISD booths, but now you won't find all those because you would find only the mobile. I mean, everybody is having their own mobile with internet facilities. Sometimes in some regions, the service may not, the telecommunication service may not be there. So there are cyber cafes where you can access the internet, okay, so that the tourists can communicate with the family members, relatives, or friends, or the peer groups, and so on. But nowadays, with the help of the mobiles, they just click pictures, then they just within a second they just post it, and their friends know where are they exactly. Then there are different bookshops and libraries as you can get, all these souvenirs. Then you can get brochures, booklets, and you get information about that particular destination. Then there is a photography, of course, we all have our mobile cameras with us whenever we go to any places, whether it's of, cultural importance or a heritage site, or whether it's any hill station or beach, whatever maybe, we just click a photo and we then just post it on the social media handles. But it is always not necessary that the photo will come good, of better clarity. So because we are not professional photographers, we take photographs, but we are not professional photographers. But at these destinations, you will find photographers. They'll say, "Should I take your photograph?" If you go to Taj Mahal, if you go to the Gateway of India, if you go to and especially Mumbai, if you go to the Gateway of India and all, especially India Gate or near the Taj Mahal, you'll find all these professional photographers are just roaming. So they are very young, they are very youngsters, So they'll say, should I click a photo with you? And that would cost not much, maybe 30 rupees in Indian currency. And you won't believe they'll click a photograph and they'll give you within not ever, and they'll take you maximum 5 minutes. So what does it mean? They have a good camera, or like and with even a printer. So they click the photos, and within 5 minutes they give the photographs to you. What happened? Usually, you might have seen that nowadays we take photographs on our mobiles, photos on the mobile, but we just keep it in on the computers, laptops, or drives and all. No, but we hardly take any printout of that. Hard copy is not there. It's always, soft copy is there, but hard copy is not there. But this photographers, they click the photos and immediately they take a printout. Everything is very handy with them. So this is a very popular service at destinations. I don't know about other countries, but in India it's very popular, and tourists are willing to. Sometimes what happens, they also wear the local attire. Suppose if you go to Kashmir, as I told you yesterday, Paradise on Earth. If you wanted to go to Kashmir, they have their own local attire. Now you won't be purchasing that attire. It would cost you some thousand of rupees. So you can take it on rent. You can just put it on that local attire and costume, and can take a photograph. That is all paid on rent. So this is how business is coming. Everybody has their own way of making money. But this is where we need to think about, where we need to give, where we really need to ponder is that these are the places where tourism is benefiting, but we should know it should be more customized, it should be more systematic, they should know how to interact with the tourists and all. That is what is very important. Now, these are some of the destinations like we should have like Goa. I'm talking more about Goa today, Maharashtra. They are having lifeguards at beaches because people go for take all these boats, and they wanted to have different types of parasailing. I mean, they wanted to go for parasailing. They wanted to go for boat driving and all. So the lifeguard should be there available at the beaches. Then you can also have special equipments for sports. Then there are the porters who help you, whether you carry any, small baggages along with you. The porters are there to assist you. Then hawkers means, all these who sit beside the roads and all selling different items. Then you have also different types of joyrides, like joyrides maybe on ponies. Then you have on horses, then you have on camels, elephants. So this is very interesting. Then when you go to Rajasthan, you'll have camels, elephants, you'll have a ride. Similarly, even some beaches in our country, you'll find all these elephants, camels. People want to enjoy that. That's I mean that gives a very different experience, feeling. Then you have massage clinics also. Some of the they wanted to have a sun bath and all this. Even in Goa, you'll find lot of foreigners going for sun bath and all. They wanted to enjoy the beach. They wanted to go for massage. Then then you have the guides. Then you have the boatman, sea divers to help you. So they also contribute a lot to the economy of that particular destination. Then there, as I told you, if you go to any temples, Hindus go to temples, so we offer flowers, we offer sweets to the gods. So you will find as you enter the temple, you'll find lot of outlets, small hawkers are there, shopkeepers are there who are selling flowers as well as garland. Then comes the argument of jobs because promoting tourism creates demand for services, and type of subsidiary service depends upon the tourist visiting the area. So there are two types of visit. There are two types of visitors, like tourists. One is tourists with high budget. Obviously, they expect costly services, so they would prefer to stay star category hotels. They would to prefer to stay in restaurants and I mean have their food in restaurants. But there are also low budget tourists which may go for simpler services. So there would always be a fluctuation in the demand of services. But always the local communities want that the tourists who are coming to their destination, they should enjoy that the local food, you know, local the lot of handicrafts and handlooms that are prepared for the local community. So they want that the tourists coming over there, they should enjoy those, they should consume those. If it's a local food, they should have the local food. If it's a local arts or something, artisans which prepare, they should purchase those. So that is what the local community wants. And of course, as tourism generates a lot of employment, and so we can also see that unemployment can be reduced if sustainable development of tourism is well developed, well understood, and the tourism policies are there to be planned carefully. So there are certain services that are common to all destinations. There are certain services that are very specific to our destination. Now, that was about the services and all. Then we come to the shops, emporiums, and melas. Melas are basically fairs. This is a Hindi word, mela. But when you have downloaded the book, you might have seen it's mentioned shops, emporiums, and melas. So India is famous for its emporiums, shops, festivals, melas. Melas means fairs, exhibition. Every other day there's some festival. They say we have 12 months but 18 festivals. It means that every month we have either one or two festivals going on. Okay. And of course, if you are a tourism professional, you may face lot of queries regarding where to shop, what to shop. Similarly, if you're an entrepreneur, you have to decide what to see, what to sell, or how it has to be priced. Now, suppose if you come to from Nigeria, you come to India, okay? So you wanted to buy some products for your family members. You will find lot of shops beside the beside the roads, and beside if you wanted to go to visit any monuments or any If you go for any monasteries or temples or churches, you'll find a lot of nearby shops, and they are trying to sell the products. Come and I mean they'll be just at the back of you. Please come and buy a product. But this is where you need to know. Government has also opened lot of I mean, has government shops. They are known as like suppose if anyone is selling Odisha products, it is known as Utkalika. So they'll sell all the Odisha. So different government these emporiums are there, shops are there, which are run by government agencies. So you are sure that this when you purchase any material from those government agencies, government shops, materials or any crafts or handlooms or handicrafts, those are I mean minimum price because that is being sponsored by the government. So if it is in Delhi and all, you'll find government. I mean sponsored by government of India. If you there are also different shops in Delhi which are being sponsored by the government of different states. So you should know where to go. So when you go to those, you wanted to purchase some items from those shops, then you sure that you won't be cheated because they give you at a reasonable price. They offer at a reasonable price with proper, bills and I mean acknowledgements and all. Okay. So if you're a tourism professional, you should know, and even if you're an entrepreneur, you have to decide what to sell and how to sell. Then, in fact, shopping is an important agenda for a tourist, and sometimes it is always allotted for this in an itinerary. When you go to, suppose the tour operator designs a tour package for you. So in the morning, you may be visiting some monuments, historic sites, and all. Then in the evening, you go for some to the nearby market, so where you can do your shopping. So in their agenda, shopping is always there. So there's a lot to buy, and when you buy, it also creates, revenue for the country or for that particular area. Um, and generates revenue. So in India, we have a rich tradition of various handicrafts, handlooms, and other artworks produced by artisans. Most of our country, India, is of villages, like rural areas. So this rural areas, this handicrafts, handlooms, artworks, this come from the rural areas. Initially, they were not able to support themselves, but the government has come up with lot of initiatives, lot of programs. So there are different self-help groups are there who prepare these handicrafts, handloom, then they participate in different exhibitions and all. So their artworks are being presented, okay, and at the same time they are not being cheated. They are being well paid, and whatever handicrafts, handlooms, or arts they sell, they are properly. I mean, they are priced at a, I mean, minimum rate, and they also get a profit from it. They should not be cheated. So that is what happened in our country. So what we understand that this not only represent our heritage and culture, but at the same time a great shopping attraction for tourists, like the shops, the emporiums and villas. So instead of whenever you visit any country or whenever you visit any city or a destination, then you should ensure that you buy it from any emporiums. Okay, instead of buying of mailers, you get a variety, but yes, you may be cheated. The reason may be like that. See, these are like, I've just shown you a few pictures and all. Handicrafts, handlooms, artworks, they are of great shopping attraction to the tourists. Then there is the culture, you wanted to taste the food, you want to taste the cuisine of that particular area. There are different types of, our country, each state has a different type of dress, traditions, and these also attract tourists. The tourists wanted to purchase those, so they have to go to those handloom shops, handicraft shops, which are being run by the government. So they are ensured, they feel they are secure that they are not being cheated. So whenever you being a tourism professional, you do the guidance or you become a travel agent or tour professional, you should inform the tourists about these all areas and all. And of course, there are some seasonal festivals and fairs are there where craft products are on sale. to attract tourists in India. And usually, this month, I mean, this December, January, February, all the states in Odisha having different fairs and festivals going on. It is not only about the handicrafts or the handlooms, but it is also about the different types of spices, different types of fruits, different types of vegetables. Some vegetables, especially you'll find some organic vegetables. Which may not be, it is not be available in that state, particular state, but in the other state it is visible. Now, for example, millets. I don't know whether you know, it is like a wheat only, it is known as millet. So this year it is known as the millet of the year. So millets, they are slowly, it was not, people were not aware of that, but it is very good for the health. Now, this year it is known as the millet of the year. So, lot of initiatives, programs have been taken by the government to promote this millet. Okay, now you'll find wherever you'll find any exhibitions or fairs, you'll find this kiosk or outlets are open where they are selling, food items made of millets. This is an example. Okay, the tourism professionals face queries from the tourists regarding such subsidiary services. So the tourism profession should be able to, satisfy them with their queries. Now this is some, from India. We have lot of handicrafts and handlooms, and from different states like 29 states. Somewhere you'll find it is, and these are usually, these come from the villages, and the women of the village, they are selling this. They are preparing this products, and they are selling the product. But the thing is that these villages, they are not know how to promote their products. For example, I am a part of WICI. WICI is Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, and the sector I look is Odisha rural tourism. So rural means we have to go to the villages, and we have to ensure that we visit different villages of the of Odisha and the state, and we have to see that the women or the children, they are empowered, and they are coming up with different all these products and all, and we have to, because they don't know how to sell their products, so we have to take the photographs of them, and then we have to put on our website. He has a website on rural tourism. It is known as She Economy, because Wiki is mainly for women. So there's something called She Economy. It is for ladies. So we can upload those and these products on this She Economy. And if everybody, and we are on the website, we are on the Facebook and all. So those who visit our web page and all, they can easily order. Okay. So this is how we have to. Basically, it's a bridging. It's a building a bridge between the producers and the consumers. Because if there is an intermediate person, lot of they also take the advantage of that, financially. So this, when we have these websites and all, when we have these websites on Facebooks and all, Facebook page and all, so whatever product they are selling, we can just click photos of those, then we can bring it on the She Economy platform, and those who are visiting this site, they can order from there. And then, from India, this is the culture dress. Some like a few states I have shown you: Assam, Punjab, Kerala, and each state has their own, costumes and all. So this is, when they are married, during their wedding, they wear different costumes. This is from West Bengal. This is from the northeast states. And these are very traditional dresses. So when you see, it looks so colorful, it looks so eye-catching. You feel like buying. So it's not that you have to come to Orissa to buy the Orissa traditional dress. You can be in Delhi, and you can go to that Orissa, handloom shop, which is known as Utkalika, and you can purchase those. Okay. Then from India, we have this traditional food, and then, of course, rice is a staple food of India. And but yes, even in some places, you will see that food is being served on the banana leaves and all. Okay, so otherwise, of course, everybody, other utensils are being used. but you'll have the traditional food with the traditional, preparation and the service. That is what is important. On the banana leaf, the food is being served. So that is very. If you go to Eastern region, has a different type of dish they prepare. If you go to the north, they have a different. And of course, Indian dishes are very spicy. Okay, so these are some. I have just taken some photographs and tried so that you can also do some exploration on this. I've also tried to get something from Nigeria, what are the festivals, what are the handlooms, what are the handicrafts. I thought, why should I show Indian something should be from Nigeria also. So this is, the festivals here. I've also mentioned, about some festivals. Like before that, I'll tell you about India, like, this village in small town huts. That is the place. Now, this is a place where goods are produced by artisans, landowners are exchanged for equivalent commodity or for money is known as Haat, Mela or Bazaar. Bazaar is basically a market, okay? So, and they not only sell the products, but along with that, you'll find their dance, song, music that is being performed by the. You will find folk song, folk dance, then playing different types of instruments. They are doing some tattooing, and so these all keep some places. So suppose you visit a place, you have to feel the culture of that particular place. So when you visit that place, you will find these people, they are coming up with folk arts, folk dances, folk songs. Then you have different types of arts also. They are selling the different types of jewelries they are selling, and it's very eye catching. You feel like purchasing all this. So this is why it has been why this has to be projected, why this has to be showcased, so that the dense heritage culture and culture of our country. So these earlier it was only used to take place in the villages, but nowadays these exhibitions fairs are organized at a in the cities and all, where people, from different parts of the country, they come with their art, craft, handloom, and they project it. They sell it in these exhibitions. The local people of that particular city or that particular state, they come and visit, and of course, it really contributes to the economy of the country financially. So it conveys vitality and dynamics of village life as it is a basic place for local trading. We do a business. Because from India, some of the folk dance are there, song, music is there. Indian states, each state has their own folk dance. Then there is this classical dances are there, and everyone is different from the other. And especially recently, we have a 26th January. That is the Republic Day of our country. So all the states, in the morning, like from 10 to around 11, 11:30, all the states at where they projected their heritage of that particular state, through folk dance, through folk music. It's very worth watching. You can see the videos always. Okay. Now, this is actually I wanted to show you a video, but some issues or technical hinges always arises. So I thought I should share the website with you. So once if you even if you write go to the website and you write Choki Dhani village of Rajasthan, that's in of Jaipur. Like Rajasthan is a state and Jaipur is the capital city of Rajasthan, and there is a place which is around 15-20 kilometers from the state capital, that is Jaipur, and you have a mock village in the sense it's a like demo type. Okay, so what you get a perfect mirror to the Rajasthani culture, food, traditions, heritage. And basically, the name Choki Dhani will literally translates to Rajasthan culture. So you have to when you enter the village, it is not free of cost. Of course, you have to pay 800 rupees, 750 or 800 rupees, and then you have to enter that crafts village. It's known as Toki Dhani village. They have, that is how it has been designed. So you have to once you enter the village, right from like the hospitality that is, welcoming you, then showing you the different food, showing you the different folk dances, Then you have different types of music that is being with different instruments that is being played by the village people. So you'll have a feeling of village, and it's worth. And Jaipur also has full of palaces, and it is known as the Pink City also. But okay, fine, you go around and a lot of foreigners. If you see, it is a state which is having the maximum arrival of international foreigners, international guests. But the thing is that in that Jaipur only you'll find that village. So you go around, it's a capital city, so it has lot of institutions, pharmaceutical companies. It's a huge, I mean, Rajasthan is the largest state in a country, as one of the largest state in a country. But if you go to that will, I mean, go to that place, there is there also, and that is when it is on, it is on covered on 10 acres of land. So it is specially designed to attract and introduce. Why you do this? We wanted to introduce the tourists to our culture. So this is just a Rajasthani culture. So similarly, we have this type of villages in different parts of our country. But Rajasthan was the one which introduced this, and it is, I told, as I told, it is, it is been covered on an area spanning 10 acres of land, and it really has its own share of fame among the tourists, not only in India but across the world. So this is a website I shared. I wanted to show you, but again something will happen. So you can click this website, and I have given you a lot of pictorials. So in the sense, you can just have a look and then you can explore. Yeah, of course, there are seasonal and festival melas. India is also known about its festivals, about its melas. That is, and this is usually seasonal. Some may happen in the month of winter, some may happen in the month of summer, some may happen in the month of autumn. So this is all seasonal. So these are few festivals which really boost commercial activities. See, this I have shown some photographs and all, but it is a pictorial. See, this is Ganesh Puja. This is Lord Ganesha. This is really celebrated in Maharashtra, but main festival of Maharashtra, but it's celebrated all over the country. Okay, here you could see, this is like this is we are in the month of Feb. In the month of March, we'll be celebrating Holi. That is known as colors. So people will play with colors. Okay, so then you see, this is the chariots. This is in Orissa, and you won't believe the day it takes place in the month of June, and there are around 14 lakhs people thronging at this place destination, which is known as Puri, which is in Orissa, which is known for its one of the four dhams of the country, as well as it has also the beach, Bay of Bengal. So in a day, it has on that particular day, it has 15 lakhs of uh, tourists coming on that particular place. So you can understand it cannot accommodate. But still, this is what happens when they are spoiling the image. They are unable to accommodate, but there is so much demand. So people in India, like Holi, I'm telling you, it is known as the festival of colors. Okay, so similarly, what they do during these festivals and all, they wear new dresses, they go to, they, prepare new dishes, and this is how they celebrate, how the festival is being celebrated in our country. Then they light, these divas and all. Then we celebrate, any other Eid festival, So you see, this is, whether it's an Hindu festival or whether it's a Muslim festival or whether it's a celebrating Christmas. Everything is being celebrated in India with great pomp and show. That is, you can say, people spend a lot of money, to celebrate all this. And of course, we are coming to this UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is also Durga Puja, which is being celebrated, is the main festival of the state called West Bengal. And, they celebrate Durga Puja with great, huge pomp and show. And recently, that is in the year 2021, it has been declared like UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage of humanity. It was declared. So, that's a great feather on the cap for the state West Bengal. And Durga Puja is a religious festival, and now it has become a cultural. Earlier, it was only a religious festival. It was only confined to a religious festival, but now the world knows it because it has been declared as a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage. Okay, so now it has become a cultural and secular event, and it has also become a space for the social and artistic activities. So, of course, this is you might be knowing more about it, where you have this Nigeria festivals. I thought let me do some little bit, search for Nigerian festivals. I also don't know. So let there's a Lagos Carnival, like you all have, Lagos Carnival, then Calabar Carnival. That is not only for relaxation and fun fair, but also local heritage and culture is being celebrated. Like it basically why we do celebrate this type of festivals and fairs, because it strengthens the capability of the local people to take part in an economical beneficial way. And of course, these are the one which rejuvenates us. You can say, every one of us is working, with a lot of pressure, and also when we celebrate these festivals, fairs, and exhibitions, we really it gives happiness within us, and at the same time, there is always a exchange of ideas, knowledge, and on the other side, it also benefits the economy of the country. Now coming to these emporiums, as I told after independence, that is after 1947, various interested people worked. They wanted to create cooperative societies and the retail outlets for the artistic rural handicrafts and handloom. So, and customers are assured of a fair price, prices are fixed, and no commissions are offered. So, what I was telling you, if you go to this shops which are located, near the roads and all, you'll find you have to do a lot of negotiation, you have to do a lot of bargaining. But if you go to this type of emporiums, the prices are fixed. There is no bargaining as such. Okay. So there are a lot of emporiums. All the states do have their emporiums, and not only in Delhi, you'll find the major capital metropolitan cities of a country is Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata. Okay, so these cities you'll find all these type of emporiums where you'll find all other states emporiums. Like I am in a city where I may not find all the emporiums. I will find few emporiums. But if you visit Delhi or Mumbai or Chennai or Kolkata, these major cities of the country, the emporiums of all the states are there. So, however, All Indian Handicrafts and Handloom Board directed the development of crafts and their marketing. As a result, state emporiums get opportunity to sell the conventional products. I just wanted to tell you one. I think I just forgot over here, yeah, about this UNESCO. India has around 40 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and the African region has around 98 properties which on the World Heritage Site, and South Africa has 10 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, with Nigeria around 13 heritage sites. So I would request you, you should do a little bit of study on this UNESCO World Heritage, and that would help you to, collect more information. That was I just wanted to say, but I just forgot. So that is very important. Okay. I was coming to this emporium. So, what about the emporium? These emporiums are well stocked with high-end Indian value goods, and they also guide the artisans in producing goods at the taste of the city clients. Then we have these emporiums, which they specially undertake special, they have they prepare different types of outfits. Then you have different types of products, like whether it's like in spices. Then if you wanted to like shampoos, soaps, these all they also sell, and they usually offer different types of discounts depending on the seasons and all. Like Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, was on 2nd October. So they had given a around 30% discount on all the products that were being on sale at the Khadi Emporium, which is located in Delhi, but not only Delhi, there are other places this Khadi Emporium is available. So what we did try to understand, and these are very important focal points that you should remember, that salespeople must be aware of the product that have been sold, and such facilities must be included into the shopper's guidebook itinerary so tourist gets chance to purchase local products. Whenever, suppose you make a, you prepare a itinerary for a group package tour, so in that itinerary you have to mention where you can which area you will be going for shopping. They will let you go to that shopping area, but you should have a guidebook which will let you know what are the minimum prices, what are the types of products they are selling. So these facilities should be, even if you are not aware of, you should always include in the your package, okay, so that the customers are more, they become aware of like what to buy, or they also do have a budget and all. So that is a very few things you should always try to remember to include in their guidebooks. Then some private shops, boutiques, and cooperative outlets. There are different boutiques of India, and now there are a lot of exhibitions have been taking place, and boutiques of India from different, boutiques from different states of the country, they participate in the exhibition. So staying at my place, I did not go to Madhya Pradesh one state or Uttar Pradesh to another state to buy the product of that place, whether it's a garment or whether it's a any proper I mean any spices or any food. I just get in this boutiques. Okay. So basically, the entrepreneurial instinct of India's trading communities created India a well-known place for shopping, and in high tourist density towns, shop employs touts and agents to bring unwary tourists to other outlets. Yesterday I was talking about the street guides. So touts are basically the street guides. What happens? This all these private shops. This private shops, they employ this street guides, and they are the touts and agents, so that they can bring the tourists towards their outlets. This keeps on going. There's a competition. Like somebody come to my shop, come to my shop. So this is what they. But of course, they get a incentive for that or a commission. You can say. So special shops with all ultra modern products, very sophisticated and exclusive products to high budget clients. And you also get the ready-made designer ready-made garments are sold at these boutiques. So their shopping complexes also sell high quality and high value products to tourists. And of course, as I was telling, the different fairs and exhibitions are being held, especially during this winter season. So these are usually conducted by the Trade Fair Authority of India. The reason behind it, they wanted to promote the sale of the products of all the regions of the country at the same platform. Okay, that is where these exhibitions are being. So they are the main organizers. And the thing is that in some places, like in a place like in Delhi, the capital city of our country, there is Pragati Maidan. It is being constructed in such a way that all fairs, exhibitions are being held there. So whether you name it, if it is a new, whether it's a two-wheeler, I mean whether it's a four-wheeler, whether it's a health product, whether it's a manufacturing company, whether it's a different hotel products, different equipments, tools that are being used in the hotel. They have all those type of fairs and exhibitions being held at Pragati Maidan. And the Maidan, I mean that area is been designed in such a way. It's not only have different, I mean outlets, I mean constructed, but you can also have food outlets also. So at the same time, you can buy the products, you can do the shopping, like window shopping. You just go on finding without purchasing. You can also have a test of different, cuisine of different states and all. So some states have also been their own, have done their own setup area, because every other day some exhibition is taking place. So they have done a proper design infrastructure. Basically, that's an infrastructure. They have meant it only to organize all the trade fairs. What you need to know, this antiques, must be this marketing of antiques must be carried out as per the existing rules and regulations. There are different antiques they are selling there, and it's very expensive and all. So but there are some rules, regulations for the selling those that you should be aware of. So it is better to encourage sellers and producers to employ honest skills, excuse me, rather than bringing dishonor to the entire trade. Okay, so this is you won't say I am being cheated or something. So it is better you should remember all these points, because once the tourist is happy, the customer is happy, tomorrow he'll go to your country and say no, we got the best facility. The amenities that was provided was up to the mark. So they have to be so if it's a positive word of mouth, obviously our country will attract more tourists from that other international countries. So these are some more marketing organizations at the grassroots level. Yes, you have any question?
Yes,
I'll
ma.
just tell me. Wait,
Uh,
one sec, one sec. Tell me.
okay. About uh, okay, about previous slide. Maybe about
Hmm,
okay.
hmm,
Uh,
hmm, hmm,
as pro, as
hmm.
professional tourism, the provision of basic amenities for the travelers. Does it depend on the tourist, or you are the once reach the destination, or you will all put up all the bills that you like to, have. For instance, meals, tires, other things that you already mentioned, and even uh, what can I call it? But what you already said about all those festivals that is taking place in India. The next question is that uh, as a professional tourist, what a person will experience apart from the like food, not everyone will adopt culture. The culture like our food very difficult for them to adopt, and other things apart from this, there are many things that we can handle, which is manageable, like what can I say, like attires, accommodation,
No, okay. What? Mm-hmm.
accommodation.
I
When
mean, exactly. I couldn't get your question.
you say what?
Hmm. Okay.
You couldn't get my
I'll just.
question.
I. I
I
couldn't
said the
get your
provision of
questions
basic
exactly.
amenities. Does it depend on the tourist? Come again. Let
No.
me come again.
Yes, no. The thing is, what I understood what you said, like, as I told you, basically we have this Trade Fair Authority of India. They organize fairs and exhibitions where different companies are there, who manufacture, whether it is the health products or whether it is the food products or whether it is the tourism products, something they come together and they sell all the products at the same platform, that is the same place. Okay, so you have different vendors, there are different vendors coming from different countries. So you have that accessibility. You won't go to visit different regions of the countries, like if you come to a place like you'll get apples in Jammu and in Kashmir. You won't get in a place, plateau region or plainland. You'll get the fruit there in hill station. But yes, this is a platform where all the vendors come and they have their own brochures, how to order things, what is their availability on their region, and how would they price it, how you need to order it. Everything is there. So whatever you come, you visit those places, whether it's in hotels. Now you do not know what is there in the Jammu or what is there in the hotels of Goa. Okay, you'll find all in the websites and all, but there are different like travel agents, tour operators. They come, and they sell the product. What are the products they sell? This is the airline. They will ask you, you wanted to fly from which country to which place. So they will tell you, you can fly by this airline. This will cost you this much. This will make you, this is the availability. If you come during this, you won't find rooms or something. This is the most you can say adventurous places of this country, place of this destinations. Even they will just guide you. That is what they do, and that is the reason why this trade fair is being held. So all the vendors from different you can say services or products, tourism services or products, they come together and they sell their products. So that is what they do. Actually, when you were saying, I was not able to understand because that there was and it was not clear exactly. So, but I think what you wanted to say and what I meant, I was able to answer your query. Was I able to answer? Even if you don't, you can just if you're in the
Yes,
WhatsApp.
you answer some of my questions. So
Acha.
another question is that as
Now,
a as
yes, yes. Tell, please
a
go ahead. Hmm.
professional tourist
Mm-hmm.
may host different travelers, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I mean, traveler may be from this country, and this and that. So I'm talking about meals, right? Like me, I'm from Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to travel to India, I do not familiar with your foods, meals, and other things.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you handle how could my tourist handle with my problem?
Okay, okay, fine. See, first, as you suppose you wanted to come to India. Okay, now we have a tourist office, that's a government of India under the Ministry of Tourism. Okay, now we have these offices abroad also. Okay, it's not that only in India, we have set up abroad also. For example, in South Africa, we have the Tourism Office of India in Johannesburg. I think it is in. I think it's in Johannesburg, or I have just mentioned there. I'll let you know. So they have given the website. They have given those whom to contact and all. You can contact those. But beside that, we have a website under the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. That also I have mentioned in this slide. It is at the last slide. I can show it to you. So you have to go to those websites. You can find what are the government travel agents, what are the private travel agents. Okay. For example, there is IRCTC. IRCTC is a government run, travel agent. Then there is the Ashoka Travel, that is the government run travel agent, tour operator. So you can also see, you can go to their websites, you can check what is the package that is being offered. Then you can go to the other private sites, you can see what is the, what is the, they are charging you, what is the difference. Then suppose, India is a vast country. So once you come to the capital city, then you can also see the as in in our previous last 2 day classes I discussed about the statistics. Where you can see which destination maximum number of arrivals are there, foreign visitors or domestic tourists. What is then you can go to that particular state. You can check the website. What is the cuisine that is being served, what is the handicraft of that. So you have to do a lot of studies personally. But yes, if you come through a travel agent, the travel agent would guide you, when you want to go, when you should book your ticket in advance so that maximum discount can be offered. He will also let you know this is not the good time to visit because there are a lot of, if you suppose if you wanted to visit Goa, it's just full of beaches and all. If you wanted to make a room booking in Goa in the month of December, you won't get because the booking is done in quite in advance. So, these informations you can always get it from the travel agent because you are not a professional, holiday maker or something. You can always take the help of the travel agent If you think no, I should go from the government agencies, then the Ministry of Tourism offices there, they also have overseas offices in different countries of the world. So I have just mentioned it. I can just let you know. So it is also there. You can contact the website. You have to do lot of a little bit of
Check.
you have to do a research on those. Then only you can get. Okay. Uh,
Okay. So,
is it okay? Is it clear to you?
yeah. You answered my question despite the fact the video is little bit shaky. All right. So my next question is not related to what
Mhm.
we are discussing. It's, please, who is responsible to give a traveler a visa? Which is a long time question that I have in my mind, but I was unable to throw it to you because you're having some. That's why.
See, yes. Mhm. I understood. See, that is what I wanted to tell you. You wanted to maybe you want to come to attend an exhibition, or you wanted to come for a business purpose, or you want to study. There are different types of visas are there. So for this, you have to get in touch with the travel agent or the tour operator. They what they will design. They will let you know when to do the visa. You have to just make the payment for them. You have to get in touch with the, suppose if you want to come for for higher studies in India, there are so many students from African. I told you in our university there are around 19 African countries, students from African countries, they are studying here. So you have to build a channel. So you have to what we in India we have a lot of road shows which is conducted in different countries. You have to go through your website. You have to come to know, maybe sometimes it can be in Nigeria, so you attend that. But Nigeria is a huge, I mean, it's a countries may not be some place they might be conducting. But yes, you have to see the website. That is what is very important. Going through the website, then you can always contact the travel agents. They will make the process easier for you and me. We may not be knowing that much. Okay, we may be knowing about our profession, but when you catch hold of take the help of a guide or take the help of a tour operator, I mean travel agent or tour operator, and if you tell their your needs and requirements, they will guide you. And at the same time, you have to do a lot of work on your own. You have to go to the websites of the particular country, that their what is their response. Then you will find, if you see all those websites and all, there are lot of facts are there, lot of queries are there. If there is some job requirements, that is also there. All the informations are there. Now the websites are made in such a manner, whatever queries you have, you can just get it over there. You can mention, they'll also respond. But yes, sometimes it is not, sometimes they are not that aggressive. But when and this is it is, and whenever suppose we are having this today we I am able to take classes, counseling classes of yours. Government has done a lot of, there are different governments. For this, maybe Ministry of External Affairs is doing this, and there are Minister of Tourism is doing this. So there are different ministries who takes care of this. So and that you have to do on your own, little bit researching of different websites of the country. But at the same time, you have to take care of the, you have to take the help of the travel agents as well as the tour operators. Okay, should I go ahead?
Yes, you can go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hope I was able to answer your query. I mean, to some extent, if not fully. Okay. Now,
We are
coming.
facing network problems sometimes. That's why we can't even, hear what
Yes, yes,
sometimes. Right.
yes.
Go
I
ahead.
have. I have shared my email ID with you also. You can just put your queries over there also. Okay, and I'll try my best to get it answered. So, there are a lot of marketing organizations at the grassroots level. When we talk about the grassroots level, we are talking about the village community. Okay, so there are many NGOs, non-government organizations, whose aim is to generate income at the grassroots levels, because there are underprivileged people, there are slum colonies, there are backward regions, and there are sometimes you find physically disabled groups. and there are always the women's organization. So their main objective is to provide them generate some income for them. So this NGOs work at the grassroots level, and they usually they are the grassroots level here is the villagers or the craftsmen. They are basically the producers, and the other side you have the consumers. Consumers are the tourists, and this NGOs usually act as a bridge between the consumers and the producers. So what the producers, they like come up with lot of crafts and all. They try to sell it to the your consumers. Consumers here means the tourist. Okay, so the non NGOs are taking a lot of initiative for this. Even there are some self-help groups are also involved in this, and therefore some examples like the Social Work and Research Center, and that different stages, and then the Pondicherry Ashram is there. Then there are handloom expos are there. As I told you, nowadays these handloom expos are there, matlab exhibition space and all. Where large stalls are being set up, and in these stalls you will find all these self-help groups, all these ladies, whether it is any jewelries or whether it's an ornament or whether it's any spices of any particular region, all are being sold at the same place. So these had helped to at least generate revenue for the grassroots level people. Then see these. I was wanted to show you. This is how they. You know. How it is being done. These are the different types of handicrafts. Different types of fabrics. These are some are silk, some are cotton, some are semi-cotton, semi-silk. So different types of handlooms are being there. It is not only about the outfits you prepare, but nowadays even the linens, whether it's your bed sheets or whether it's your table cover, you are being prepared from all these fabrics of India. Okay, so there are artisan and craftspeople, and of course, we all know there is always some discrimination always exists. So some jobs were obviously considered superior, the ones in the administrative level, but some jobs who are working like the artisans and craftsmen, they are always being considered inferior. So obviously, we know that like the villagers and all, they are not so much aware of the technology that is being taking place. What I wanted to say here, this they are not aware so much about the technology. So what this middleman do, or what they do, they just go to this local people, that is the producers, and they purchase all those at a very nominal rate, and then they will sell it to the consumers. So that is what. So but they are always being considered as inferior. That should not be there, because we always see some jobs are superior, which are in the administrative level, and there is whether it's education or technology benefits, these people are deprived of. So what we think, like we have to, and moreover that industrialization has added misery as their products find customers really, because you will not go to a village to buy a product. You will take the help of a emporium. You will buy the product of the emporium. But what the emporium does, if it's a government emporium, they are benefited. But if it's a private one, they purchase the products at a very nominal rate, but they sell it to the consumers, that is the tourists, at a very high rate. So I mean, at the end of the day, the artisans remain inferior only. I mean, economically, financially. Now, this is a very important Delhi Haat. This is in by Delhi Tourism Development Corporation. It was established in the year 1993. If you come to Delhi, you should visit this Delhi Haat. It is thronged more by international tourists than the local tourists, local domestic tourists, because you will find everything. You name the state and their outlet is there. So, and of course there are other. I mean, you'll find to enter this Delhi Haat. You have to. I think entry ticket is there, some 35 rupees or 40, 50 rupees somewhere, and especially in this you'll find different outlets where all the handicrafts and handlooms are being. They are how it is how they are being prepared, and all those are also being shown. People are doing their work, and there are many craft items also. They are selling craft items. At the same time, you'll find different types of food variety stall also. Then of course there are some lecture halls are also there. Small auditoriums are there where people from different regions, they sometimes come and enact plays, like dramas are there, folk dance are there, folk arts are being presented and all. And you'll find other small like minimum requirements, like you'll find the ATM, for transaction purpose, that is bank facilities there, banking facility. You can parking facilities there, and as I told, some cultural activities every other days keeps on going. Okay, and it is basically a typical Indian market, and it is on a 7 acres of land. As I told you, there are so many places in our country where they have already made the infrastructure. The infrastructure is already there. So whenever, but Delhi Hut is I mean, it's throughout the year only, and so you can go there. If you visit Delhi, you should make a whenever you go to any place, there are places to visit. So you should ensure Kina you visit Delhi Hut. Huh? Why? Because if you wanted to know the handicrafts, handlooms of our country, not only Delhi but of our country, India, you will find all those. Okay, plus you can sometimes, suppose you're purchasing all those items, so you feel like, okay, I'll just have some food or something, of Indian cuisine. You can taste, you can go to any outlet and have it. It's a not very fascinating, restaurant or something. But yes, minimum, you can find the minimum coffee shops and all restaurants. Plus, if you wanted to enjoy, maybe you were tired, going around, because it is spread over to 7 acres of land. So 7 acres of land is huge. So sometimes if you're okay, I'll just go and enjoy some cultural, activities. So you can easily go and have a look. So, and you will also find solar energy is widely used for lighting and water heating in that place. But the sun heat is being used. They don't use electricity, but partially it is not there. Otherwise, electricity is there. But yes, they also utilize the solar energy for lighting and water heating. So this is how a Delhi Heart looks. You see, all you'll find all craftsmen, artisans selling their products. Then some festivals are there, and it is not like that. Also, I just want, it is not a very like professional cultural activity. Suppose if you wanted to dance with those people, you can also participate in those dancing. Okay, suppose they are, you see, they are using all this type of dhols. Those you can say all these musical tools and all. So they are playing, an Indian is dancing, and you also feel like, I also should dance. So you can also participate. It is a very informal one. It's not a very formal one. Okay, you have to know and then dance. When you see people are dancing, you get the urge to dance. So there you can do all those. And of course, as I told, all mouth-watering dishes are always there. Indian mouth-watering dishes. Okay, now comes the travel agent. Now, when we talk about the travel agent, yes, you were telling me, ki like I wanted to come to India, so how should I go through? How the travel agent would help? There are a lot of travel agents in our country as well as in your country. You can always take help of them. But now, since everything is being available on the website, you can just, these are travel agents like Thomas Cook. These are very well known. Then Keone Worldwide Travels, then Sita Worldwide Travels, Cox and Kings, Expedia, Make My Trip. These are online travel agents are there. So they have already mentioned here. We provide all type of packages, food packages, taxi services, flights, friends, bus ticket bookings. Then money transfer, you want to transfer any money, or you want to transfer, money exchange, they do everything. See, you should go, and you should just go through this, and then only you know whether you want to go for Rajasthan package, whether you wanted to go for a Goa package, or you wanted to go for the Golden Triangle. You just had to. I have given you some inputs. You just need to now, explore this. Okay, now if you do the exploration, I think you will have lot of idea. Okay, that would be coming up. Okay, once you start, you just click on one travel agent, 10 travel agents will follow you. That is what happens. Okay, see, this is all the travel agency database. You can get it. Everything is there with their email ID, with their website, with the telephone number, with their WhatsApp number. Even WhatsApp number is there, so you can always get in touch with them. So I have given you a lot of inputs on this. if you can get, if you want further information, you can always contact the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Okay. Now, what is this travel agency? Basically, when we talk about travel agency, they are responsible for organizing travel, like whether it is to book airlines tickets or arrange for pickup and drop, or whether to book hotels. And usually, the travel agency has organize all the requirements. Okay, now you may be telling like what the travel agency does. They sell the travel products and services to the consumers, to the tourists. What are the services and the products are? Their services are, airlines tickets and the hotels. Like they are basically the suppliers. Suppliers, who are the suppliers? The airlines, the hotels. Then you have the cruise lines. Then there are the sightseeing organizers. Then there are taxi services. They are all the suppliers, and these suppliers they are channelized with the travel agents. And as per your requirements, the travel agent provide you the minimum, give you the minimum basic informations, and with all your requirements, they organize the trip. So here, suppliers don't have the reach to every prospective customer. So the airlines won't come to you and tell you, please fly by my airlines, fly with my airlines. That is, you fly by American Airlines, or you fly by Air India, or you fly by Indigo. They won't tell you, or it is they will go to the travel agent. That is, but you have to decide कि whether you'll fly by Air India, or whether you'll fly by American Airlines, or whether you fly by Bangladesh Airlines. This you have to ensure who is giving the best price. Because obviously everybody wants, even it is not like it's very expensive, I would go for the expensive. Everybody wants to have some budget, and as per their budget, they can prepare that. They can go for that. So basically, the suppliers, they go to the travel agents, and the consumers, that is the tourists, they come to the travel agent, and this travel agent provides all the services and
Ma,
informations. And tell me.
well, in Nigeria here, I used to see travel business travelers use the title travel agents and travel tours. So, Ma, what is the difference between the two, between the both travel tours and travel agents?
Acha, yes, I'll come to that. Very good. Good question. I know we always have that, what is the difference between travel agency and tour operator? See, I have that another slide on tour operator, but I wanted to make clear to you. See, basically, the travel agency is, they sell products and services. So what are the products? The products are the airlines, the products are the hotels, the products are the cruise lines, and the products can be your destination selling organizers. So these are basically the suppliers. So they supply to the travel agent. Travel agent is the midpoint. You as a consumer or a tourist, you go to the travel agency and you tell, I will fly from Nigeria to India, please book the ticket for me. The travel agent will do. But what does a tour operator does? Tour operator designs the package for you. You tell, I wanted to go with my family, I wanted to stay in India. You organize everything for me. So what does the tour operator does? Tour operators, the travel agent can also become a tour operator. But what the tour operator does, the designs the package for you. Package in the sense, you will be flying by the airlines. Then from the airport to the hotel, you will be coming by taxi. You will stay at the hotel. You will be staying for 5 nights, 6 days. What are the 5 nights, 6 days? How have it has to be designed so that at least you can visit all the best places of India. This is what the tour operator does. So the travel industry in India is
Okay,
quite diverse. Hmm.
okay, I
The
got
travel
the answer, but because they are not travel, they don't have the skills of traveling agency. That's why they just supposed the tax and made it one single thing. But the tax are different, judging by your
oh you
definition.
Acha, you are telling the tax is different. The taxes, basically, see, I told you the travel agent can also become a tour operator. Okay, I will just buy a flight. I can go to the travel agency. He will just buy a flight ticket for me. But I don't know. I wanted to stay at the hotel also. I wanted to fly and I also wanted to stay at the hotel. So what this tour operator will go to the tour operator. He will design. You will fly, then you will go from airport to the airport to the to the hotel by taxi. Then you will stay at the hotel and your 5 days package is being prepared. So that is what is being done by the tour operator. He designs the tour of a country, designs the tour of the consumer. That is the tourist. See the travel industry is itself is quite diverse and it includes thousands of businesses also. Like you are coming for a study tour, going for my business purpose, but is going for holiday. So every all the when we are going for some travel or tour, everyone has a different purpose. Every purpose is being coupled with lot of activities, and these activities are taken by the tour operator. A travel agent can also become a tour operator also. Okay, but this is how they are being distinguished. I told you, travel agent, you just go to buy a ticket or you just want to hotel booking. But the tour operator, he does all the designing of your tour. Okay, sometimes you really get confused, but that is what it signifies. Okay, you can become a, a cook, you can become a guide, you can everything. So it's all together. Sometimes a tour operator, the travel agency can also become a tour operator. Okay, as I told you, these suppliers, your suppliers means the airlines, the cruise liners, they don't have the reach to every prospective customer. They just wanted to go to the travel agent and you sell my airline's ticket. In lieu of that, you will get a commission. Suppose the airline's ticket cost you 10,000 and 20,000 is the commission or intensive incentive that the travel agent takes, and the 80,000 is this 8,000 is basically the fare. Okay. So, if you want to be a, if you want to work for a travel agent, you should these are the some qualities you need to have. So, what are those qualities? You should be courteous, always have that attitude to help others. You should be helpful. Your communication should be good, and of course, you should be willing to work under pressure. For example, the flight is being delayed or the flight has been cancelled. So you'll be the soup, oh my god, flight has been cancelled, what to do? You did not take much pressure because the airlines is responsible and the airlines will take care of all your accommodation. They have some tie up with the hotels and they'll put you at some hotels and all the expenses will be borne by the airlines. So you should be able when such queries are coming from your consumers, your tourists, then you should be able to handle those very calmly and therefore you should be able to work under pressure. Okay, you should be aware of the different rules and regulations. See, different countries have different rules and regulations. But the travel agents now for Africa or for Nigeria, it may be different. Not maybe fully. I mean, maybe slight differences are there. Each country has their own, custom. I mean, rules and regulations. So that you have to follow some. Then you should be have that ability to solve the problems. You should know about the geographical area of that place. You should be you should be illiterate, should be competent enough to handle because now, as I told you, if you have to know different softwares if you become a travel agent because you'll be working on this system. That system is known as GDS, that is a global distribution system. But there are different softwares that is being used for this GDS. That is there, WorldSpan. Then you have Galileo. You have Amadeus. So these are different softwares that is being used under the system GDS, Global Distribution System. I haven't mentioned, but you can, just write it down, or you can just go through that. I just told you the word GDS. That is Global Distribution System. Then what is your basically you are into operations. This is your writing. You'll be working like ticketing, booking, cancellations, special services. you should know the place, you should know the flight route schedule. You have to sometimes you have to walk 24 hours at a time. You should know the airfare. Then of course, if you are a student, you are you might be exempted from some something. There are something like you get a student fee and all. You did not pay the taxes. Okay, some discount fares are there if you fly in the flight which is operating at the night time, even within the domestic tourism, like domestic tourism, then the flight rates are comparatively low. Then, so these are different, when you work for a travel agent and all, you'll come to know. But some special request codes are there. You may not write on your ticket Nigeria. You will just write NIG. I'm just giving. You may not write the full name of that city. There is short term. You know? Yeah, this is always India's is there. Like Jaipur is JAI, pre-sale is FS. If you want a wheelchair, suppose you are accompanying your parents along with you. Suppose the airline, the airports are huge. You have to walk like 2-3 kilometers inside the airport only. But there are some vehicles that then you want a wheelchair or something, especially the international airlines. International airport. So it will I need a wheelchair. They will write WCHR. So they will whether you want a special meal, they will at SPML. You don't know what is SPML, but they know. If you are working for the travel agent, you have to know this. So this you'll be learning, okay? Well, if you want to go for the travel agent course. So yes, what are the facilities that are being provided? They give you the passport details, they give you the visa details, there's the health, when you are traveling abroad, you should have the medical insurance. Then what are the customs duty, immigration, check and endorse final permission to enter or leave the country, and how, if you are taking a flight, you should at least reach 2 hours before. If you have an international flight to take, you have to reach the airport 3 hours before the check-in time. And what are the baggage you should, the baggage, what should you carry, what should be your hand baggage, how much should be a check-in baggage, if the check-in baggage exceeds the mentioned like suppose 15 kgs you can carry and it exceeds 15 kg, then for every extra chair kg you have to pay this much amount. These all you get in the websites. Plus, some cities do have like Delhi. There's an international. There are three terminals in Delhi. Because Delhi is one of the largest. It's having one of the largest airport in the world, and international airport is there. Domestic terminal is there, and there are Airbus is there. And so all facilities are there. And like Delhi International Airport is having 500 outlets. Even there is a room where you can go and do your if you want to. There's a room where you could go and smoke, and I'm just giving there where you can. There are duty free shops are there. If you wanted to buy something, the chocolates for your kids, you can go. If you wanted to purchase a watch for your friend, you can buy. So there are more than 500 outlets are there. Even there is one, the outlets are very not very big, small outlets, but yes, even a Jaguar vehicle is also, car is there, that only one vehicle. So I'm just giving an example, 500 outlets are there. See, this is what is some important airport facilities to be intimated. See, this is the Delhi International Airport, and you have the duty-free shop. What are basically the duty-free shops? Because they sell local produce goods, which are being exempted from the payment of local taxes. And this, of course, happens on a condition that the products are sold to foreign tourists who will take such goods outside India. And of course, you need to, and they don't, you are tax exempted, but you should carry the bill. That is what is invoice. Bill means invoice. You should carry the invoice. So international passengers can buy these goods from duty-free stores at the airport, but at the same time, it is very essential. Sometimes you carry the goods and you lose the invoice, you will be in big trouble. So these all informations you should do. So airports, provide all these facilities like information counters, may I help you desk, then doctor and first aid, doctor and call first aid, then car rentals. Nowadays you have all these Olas and all. Or then you have a prepaid taxi kiosk. then left baggage, then suppose the baggages, mishandled baggages, then children corners and baby feedings. Yes, there is a place for baby feedings also. All facilities, you name it, 500 is not a less number. So you can understand 500 outlets. The outlets are not very big, like 10 by 10 feet, somewhere, one a minimum. And you have you can, there's a bar, there's a restaurant, there's a coffee shop, there is a full course menu, then there is a chalk medicine stores, there's shoe shops, there are like this garment shop. There is these all these crafts that you find, but the crafts which are being sold at the airport are very very expensive. Those outlets, so it is never advisable to buy from those. But of course, it's all up to you. Okay. There are some additional responsibilities are there. Suppliers of services must be chosen carefully, and agencies are responsible for any errors, travel agents. And you should have the update knowledge regarding all essential tourism services. See, so many emerging areas are there. New, laws are being changed. Some policies are being implemented. So these you should be always aware of. You should be very up to date. You should be whatever policies are coming up, whatever new, which areas tax exemption is there. Then when there is a budget of that country, sometimes it is being changed. The fare was this much, but now the fare has been reduced or something. So you should have all this hands-on experience handling all this. Okay. And of course, you should always initiate your own marketing efforts for attracting more clients, for more tours, because after all, you have to, that is your objective, where you can, do something for your country and ensure that the customer is satisfied, the tourist is satisfied. So you have to make your initiate your own marketing efforts. Now, this is, now, yes, you are telling me what is tour operator. More or less, I have, told you. So, travel is the only thing that which you buy that makes you richer. That is very important. You visit a place, you see, I know about the culture, I know about the cuisine of that place, I know about the heritage of that place, everything. So, the travel is the only thing that you buy that makes you richer. And there are these other some tour operators, Club Mahindra, Cox and Kings, Thomas Cooks, IRCT is a government one, then Make My Trip, then there is a ISUT, Sita Worldwide Travels. So they make all types of travel arrangements as per the requirements of the customer, and it's a very customized holidays they go for. You save money also. See, this is a supplier, and this is the tour operator. Travel agents and suppliers are all this: the airlines, trains, schools, coaches, hotels, resorts, restaurants, and then you have theme parks and transportation. These are tourist spots. So this is what they do. Okay. So tour operators, they provide information, plans, and coordinates travels with various agencies to create a package or service and ensure smooth operation of the tours. Now, there are different kinds of tour operators. Are there individual, independent tour operators, and as I told you, a travel agency can also function as tour operators. Okay, and what happens? See, there is something called MICE. I just wanted to show you where it is. Yes, including MICE. What is MICE? Meetings, incentives, conferences, events. Now, what does MICE? What these tour operators are? Suppose you are working for a product. Okay, any company, suppose you're working for Siemens group of company. So, you go to you have a you have to there's something, some training would be given to you on the Siemens company. Okay, so they make a destination where they wanted to conduct that training. So people who are working under the Siemens company, they are located in different countries of the world. So this time, every year that meeting will be taking place. So what happened? All the employees of Siemens will be participating. They'll be staying in the hotel. Daytime, they'll be having some technical classes, training sessions. Then it will be followed by lunch. Then again technical classes. Then it will be followed by a gala dinner with maybe a cocktail party. Maybe the last day will be for sightseeing. So this what Who organizes this? The travel agent doesn't organize. This is the tour operator organizes. But yes, the travel agent can also be a tour operator. What the point? So this is what they, whether it's a meeting, incentives, conferences, events, they all customize it and present as a tool to the consumer, to the tourist. So what is what the tour operator does? The tour operator basically you have inbound, outbound, domestic, and you have the wholesaler and the retailer. There are two types: wholesaler who plans the tour, puts a package and markets the tour, and the retailer, the coordination between the wholesaler and the client. Now you wanted to go to the European country, you wanted to go to the African countries. There are a lot of advertisements every day you can see on your mobile, on your the newspapers and all. And 7 nights, 8 days, 1,50,000, per pax, twin sharing basis. So you have to go. So what they do, you did not decide anything. You just contact the tour operator. He has done 7 nights, 8 days, how to spend. He has already done the packaging for you. Yes, package. You just have to pay the amount, and for the next 7 days, 7 nights, 8 days, you did not think. What money you have to spend from your pocket is if you wanted to buy the products of that particular places you will be visiting. Rest for flight ticket you have paid, for hotels you have paid, for the food you have paid, and they usually run on MAP, that is Modified American Plan or American Plan. Usually they run on the Modified American Plan because Modified American Plan includes the room plus breakfast plus either lunch or dinner. Morning time you get up early, you have your breakfast, you have I mean such an lots of fruits, vegetables, continental dishes are there. You just have it. Then on the daytime, you are touring all the different places. So sometimes you have some snacks, light snacks. In the evening, you return by 8 and you have a gala dinner for you. So they are usually. So I told you, you need not think. You paid this much amount for the 7 nights, 8 days tour. You have paid to the tour operator. Only thing you have to do is if you want to purchase any products, handicraft, handlooms, you have to pay from your own pocket. Other for the rest, tourism, so that you have to pay to the tour operator because the tour operator designs the package. Clear? This is its mentioned. See, like retail agent, wholesaler, inbound tour operator. Okay, this is how it is being done. And hotel acquisition. Yesterday, I have told you about the different types of hotels. Whether you wanted to stay in a star category hotel, or it's a guest house, or it's a heritage hotel, or it's a transit hotel, which is located near the airports and all, or railway stations. Then you have AC rooms, and then you have rooms which is facing the sea pool or the pool or the garden or the monuments. They are known as cabana, lanai rooms and all. Then you are on meal plan. These are different types of plans are there. European plans, continental plans, modified American plans. In American plans, everything is I mentioned. Then you have the tariff card, and tariff. If you are an individual traveler, you have a different rate. If you are,
Now,
hmm,
this
tell
now
me.
about about this previous slide that you talk about inbound and outbound. What's the next? I think there are three categories, right? I need more, little
Hmm,
bit more explain about.
hmm, hmm, hmm. Yes,
I'm
this is
sorry.
no, no, no. Yes, yes, you are there to clarify. No issue. Okay, you are most welcome. See, domestic means suppose you are traveling within your country. Okay, that is known as domestic. So they handle the travel. The tour operators handle a domestic domestic tourism. You wanted to go from one city of your country to another city. So
That's
that is a
from
domestic.
like, from one town to another town.
Ah, listen. Now I'll tell you. This is within the country, that is domestic. Clear? Now there comes
Yeah,
inbound
clear.
and outbound. Huh. Inbound and outbound. When you go from one country from another country, that is who handles when you go from your country to another country, that is an outbound because you're going outside the country. You are handling that. But when someone from other country coming to your country, you are a travel agent.
Okay.
Example, you are a travel agent. at Nigeria. I'm going from India to Nigeria. So that's an
All right.
inbound. If
Okay.
suppose Caesar is coming and Kaberu is the travel agent, Kaberu and Caesar both belong to Nigeria. Kaberu is the travel agent, Caesar is the
Yeah.
uh, tourist. He's coming from Nigeria to India.
Yeah.
Then it is an
Yeah.
outbound tourist. He's making
Yeah.
the
This is
tour
okay.
package.
Yeah.
This is okay?
Yeah. It's
Okay, fine,
okay.
sir.
And inbound.
Yeah, hello, ma'am.
Tell me. Tell
I
me.
would like to ask a
You know?
question as well.
Mhm.
My question here is about the tour operator.
Mhm.
So my first question goes like, must he study tourism? That's the first
Mm.
question. And the
Mm.
second question is there any legal document tourist operator can operate, I can say can acquire from the government for him to become an operator?
Yes, yes. See, first of all, if you want to become a tour operator, I told you there's there is TAAI, all those travel agent association, we have travel agent associations of India, we have international travel agent. IAT is the one which handles international air transport authority. For example, there are similarly international travel agents organization is there. But first you have to be you have to undergo some courses. You have to know the how it they operate and all. What are the like you have to get yourself I mean there are some courses are there, so you have to go through the course. And once you are you complete the course, sometimes if you are with some colleges or universities, they give you jobs, with different travel agents or tour operators like expedia.com or Thomas Cook and all. So you learn, what are the different, you have training as well as, because you have to train yourself. And once you are being trained, you if you are with a travel agent, you are working for a travel agent, they have their own rules, regulations, license and all. But tomorrow, if you want to have your own travel agent, you want to run your own travel agent, then there are also some license fees are there, and there are some terms, regulations, guidelines which you have to fulfill. So even yesterday, your question was that first you should be associated with some travel agent company. You should work for travel agent company. Then you know how the process takes place. Tomorrow, if you just complete your course and you want to run your own tour operator, then it would be difficult because you won't be knowing what are the rules, regulations. You have to do a lot of web searching and all. But once you work for a company, you know how it runs, how the process takes place. There are a lot of processes. Then regulations are there. You have to go through some license fees. You have to pay some amount. To then there are some taxes are also there are a lot of other. That is when you learn the tour operator agency course, you'll get in details about all those. Okay, so that is what you like have to do. Like, but suddenly, if you want to become a tour operator or something, it would be difficult for you, like on your part, whether it's in India or whether it is abroad. But yes, you should be associated. Maybe you work for a tour operator company, online travel agents for 1 year. So you know how the system runs. It is very necessary to know the how the system. Once you are aware how the system runs, then you can be an entrepreneur. See, the day you pass out from your college and you think I want to be an entrepreneur. That becomes a difficult, because you have to be associated with some people. Because you're working tour operator is not an easy task. You have to design a tour, what is the needs, what are the countries, you have to learn all this. And this is a process because you are not only you don't have only domestic tourists, you have international tourists. If something happens, so you should be associated, then there is something, as I told you, there is also a commission and all incentives are there. You have to sell the products, you should know. So you have my advice that you should be associated with a tour operator, with a well-known tour operator. You work for a well-known tour operator. Once you know how the system works, how the system operates, right, you can have your own, you can become the king of your own enterprise. Is it okay?
Yes, of course, it is okay. And I would like about
Hmm.
these travel agencies. So
Yes,
my
hmm.
question goes like, is there any industrial training that IGNU provided for the students that they can explore more in agency like travel agency? Is there any time or in the process of learning travel, I can say IGNU can send students or something like that
Actually, you are
to
telling about IGNO, whether they are
yeah.
providing us. See, what happened? Um, like in India, I know there are institutes. There are institutes which are providing uh, tourism and travel courses. So what happens once you do the of course IGNO is also a part of that. Some courses are being designed by IGNO and they are also a part of that. But fully about IGNO, I'm not exactly sure. But of course, new lot of initiatives are coming. But it's always better to go from a government organization. Like I told you, that is IITKM is there. Indian Institute of Tour and Travel Management. Okay, Indian Institute of Travel and Tour Management. So if you become, but that is, I mean, that's a 2 years, master degree program. So you have to be a graduate, then you go for master's degree, then you can be, I mean, after 2 years, then you can work with for travel agents and all. But IGNO also, exactly, I just need to find out whether they have particularly with tour operator. But yes, there are many other agencies. I'll just find that information and I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, I get it.
Okay. So yes, I was telling about this. There are different dates for different, uh, you know, uh, guests. For some tourists, there are like if I think if you're traveling alone, there is a group rate, there is a CVGR rate, company volume guaranteed rate. There is a airlines crew. If you're an airlines crew member, you have a different rate. If you're a member of IATA and all, you have a different rate. There are different membership rates, and this is few places. I have just shown you, like, Kerala is one of God's own country. If you wanted to go there, they have a different rate because you can see water boats there. Then there are these water villas in Lakshadweep, different hotels, different properties located at different destinations with different names. Okay, so this is, you can have a, I mean, you can experience all this. And what I told you, this package tours, the tour operators basically handle the package tours. And in the package tours, they also have this, one day you will go with the, one day you will have a cruise. You'll go in the cruise, then you go visit the theme park, and these are the package tours. They design the package as per the destinations. Some adventure sports they include, some sports activities they include. So you just need to make the payment. They will design a package for you. That is what the package tours are basically developed for. How they are being defined. Yes, I think I have mentioned here that time. These are the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. India is around having 40 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and Nigeria 13 UNESCO World Heritage Sites that I could find out. Each country, having, and Africa is having around 49. The continent Africa region is having 58 UNESCO World Heritage Sites around their list. Okay, so these World Heritage Sites, when you come to India, you have to visit this. But of course, you have a very short time and you have to plan. So you don't make your own plan. You should go to a proper tour operator. And of course, if you have someone like you come to know me, then I can always guide you. You can visit these places, where to do and all. So that, your friend and peer group can always assist you. You should include India. Suppose next time when I wanted to go to Nigeria, of course I haven't been there, but if I get a chance, of course I'll call one of you and you tell me what are the places I should visit. So accordingly, I can tell my tour operator, you please design. So they'll design and they'll offer that to me. This is the price you have to pay, and this is what is, and I have to tell my budget. I don't want to stay in a star category hotel. I want to stay in a guest house, or this. Okay. So when you plan a tour, this you should, for following points first be taken into account for planning a tour. It is the time of visit, duration, what is your budget, what are the facilities available, what are the fairs and festivals. If you come to India and that time fairs and festivals are taking place, you should make it compulsory in your itinerary, because you should enjoy, how people, whether it is the cuisine or whether it is the crafts, or whether it's a handicraft, whether it's the folk dance or whether it's the folk music, and it's the people, and all everything. You should attend the fairs and festivals. Okay. When costing a tour operator must be aware of the profit that can be made over the cost, because you also, if you're a tour operator, you also have have a profit of your. So the cost, the cost will depend on, like, how you transport, what is the type of transport you will be flying. If you have your, then if you wanted to go from Delhi to Jaipur by, you can go by flight, you can go by bus, you can go by train, you can go by individual vehicle, but everything has a different cost. Understood? Suppose you come from Nigeria to Delhi and you want to visit that Rajasthan Jaipur. You can, if you go by flight, it will take just 45 minutes. If you go by train, it will take 6 hours. If you go by bus, it will take around 5 to 6 hours. If you have your own vehicle, it will take, it may take 4 hours, or if you drive slowly on the way, you'll find lot of palaces. You'll go and see, you'll keep watching, and then slowly, then it take it at 7. So what would be your transport time? So that also makes a difference. That also has an impact on your budget. Okay. And number of persons traveling together. If you are a solo driver, obviously sometimes if you're an individual traveler, that would be an expensive. But if you're traveling with your friends, of your group mates and all, then obviously that would be distributed among yours. It would be quite cheaper and lesser and reasonable. Then the types of hotel, types of rooms, types of services. If you want a normal service, that would be very reasonable. If you want a five-star, service, if you want your food to be served in a restaurant, with silver plating and all, then it would be expensive. Silver service, then it would be an expensive. If you want a fine dining, if you want to go for a fine dining restaurant, it would be expensive. But if you want to eat in a normal restaurant, it would be cheaper. Okay, so this is. Then there are expenses for the guides. Then comes the marketing material. You have to prepare the marketing material. You have to make your brochure or leaflets very eye-catching. Okay, so today I showed you slide presentations. Suppose if I am a travel agent and I wanted to show about my country, I give you some slide presentation. So now you have seen the slides, you will try to, okay, this time I'll visit this places. You will try to ponder, what are the websites, let's go to the visit place. So this has to be there. Okay, you have to market whether you market your destination or whether you market a product, whatever. To be what are travel agent vouchers I have I just want to see trip to Maldives, trip to Europe, trip to Japan. They mention it, 5 days, 5 nights, 6 days. Then travel in the world, different than paradise on earth. So they are giving different travel agents. These are travel agent brochures, So you get info. So it has to be very colorful. It has to be catchy, They have these travel agents. I mean. Get their all these brochures done from professional people, not like people from like us. The minimum slide we have, but so that it is very eye catching. Once you see, oh, then it's offering this much. What is, then you have to do a little bit of negotiation, bargaining with them. Okay. See, I told you these all. If you wanted to go from Delhi to Rajasthan, you can go by Volvo bus. You can go by your flight, you can go by train, so everything is there. So this is, and what are the points to remember? You ensure all the facilities are functional. Permit, yes. If from one state to another state, you should have a permit for that. Then you have taxes to be paid. Now suppose you are traveling by this Volvo bus, and you have a tour guide with you, and there are 50 tourists are traveling. When you reach Taj Mahal, you have to, to enter Taj Mahal, you have to pay the entry fee, and that entry fee is 100. So you have 50 people won't stand in the queue to get the ticket, entry fee, entry ticket. What you have to, you just make the payment to the travel agent. Travel agent will charge you 150 because he will stand in the queue, he will take a printout of that, and then he gives the one all the tickets to you to enter. So these, in the process he also has to make some profit. He does the work for you on behalf of you. So for that he takes his commission or incentive. I just gave you an example. This is how you should remember, and of course, entry from and parking fees is also there. This vehicle repair. So these are all included in your tour package. If you go individually, suppose if I take my car and go to Delhi to Agra, I have to pay my parking fee. I have to go for, I mean, stand in a queue to get my tickets, entry fee ticket. But if I go by the bus, I need not think. There is a separate place where you can park your vehicles for the tourist buses. It's mentioned over here, parking area for tourist vehicles. So you did not think. You did not stand in the hot, sunny, queue to get your tickets done. This is what makes the difference. Now, guides and escorts. So basically, a guide is a freelancer. You can be an employee and you can also be a guide. You're representing a travel industry. You should be a good educator and entertainer and public speaker among others, because you have to, you take for a heritage work, you have to guide them. This is the monument. This is, so many years ago. This was built by this king. You have to tell. So you should know. You should be a good speaker. That is what is very essential. Escort, I can escort you. Basically, escort is performing the role of an accompanying manager to a subject. I escort you. You may escort the tour to a specific piece of art, historical sites or rural areas. I mean, you can especially guide, give you more information. Escort is basically, just I mean, not much difference, but yes, for a specific reason you go, like for a shopping center you escort, or for any geographical region you escort, or you escort the tour. So this is what, whereas the guide tells, gives you information of that particular in depth, like historical, geographical, all these informations. Okay. So, this is the role of the guide. They demand accuracy from guides. So, guides must have knowledge as per the needs. You should have information updated and collect detailed information, whether it is a, excuse me, whether it is a historical monument or whether it is a museum. You should have all informations, in-depth knowledge and historical facts and the area of interest of the visitors, that is also important. Okay. Then yes, these are some techniques. That is your leadership skills. You should have factual knowledge, that is the geographical knowledge, topography, history, culture, religion of that particular place. Then presentation, the presentation has to be very lively. You should, your the way you demonstrate, the way you see, everybody has a different way of presenting. So that has to be very vivid in description, simple language, so that everybody can understand. You should not stammer. It should be simple and clear and should be comfortable, because in a group there will be a lot of people. Some children may be there, some middle-aged people might be there. They may not be able to understand. So it should be very clear communication. Okay. And leadership skills you should have. You should be very self-confident, very proactive, flexible. That is very, and of course you should be able to take decisions. And of course in between there should be some sense of humor. Otherwise it gets very boring. And yes, you should make a plan, that is in advance, about scheduling the event. You should make a checklist, what to do, what to not to do. And sometimes some situations may occur. Somebody falls sick or he lost the passport. So the tourist may panic, but you should try to make the situation calm and handle the situation. That is what is very, so it is an amalgam of several independent roles. So these are the tourism information sources. How, from where you can get nowadays. You have this podcast, video cast, Then you have these social media handles where you can do a reel, small reel of 30 seconds or 1 minute, and you can post it. So there you can, and you can reach to your friend within a fraction of second. It doesn't even take 1 minute. You have 100 followers, and they'll come to know that you are at this destination. Okay. Uh, that is there should be and of course every tourist comes with some perception is okay, I haven't visited that place, but I know it will be a well beautiful place where I'll enjoy the scenic beauty, I'll enjoy the cuisine, I'll enjoy the hospitality of the people. Everybody comes with some perception, so you have to study that, and then only you have to do analysis. You should study ki what type of people. Indians are like this. They wanted to go to this place because they are more into buying things. But if some historians are there, they give less interest in tasting the cuisine. They wanted to know the historical value of that place. You should study. That is what is important, and that you can how you should have knowledge which is important. That is what is management is all about in the tourism industry. So different kinds of information inputs are very much essential in managing tourism business. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you should go work for some organization for 1 or 2 years. Once you know how the system works, how the system runs, how the system operates, then you just take a step to do your own business. Okay, then how to promote to presentations, to publicity, to advertising, political policy, information event, vital for a successful career in tourism. Yes, this is very important. Department of Tourism, like we have this Ministry of Tourism and the Government of India. This is their logo, Incredible India. You'll always find there. And India is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi means independence. So India is celebrating 75 years of independence. India got, they got the independence in the year 1947, and we are into 2020. So, whole year they will be celebrating independence. So, the Azadi means freedom. This is a Hindi word, Azadi ka Amrit. Amrit means nectar, and Mahotsav means festival. So, 75 years of nectar celebrated through different festivals. This is an initiative that is being taken by Government of India, where all the schools and colleges are participating. If you see any monuments, you can do some YouTube search. You will find they have in all near monuments, museums. They have put this logo. 75 years Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It is basically an initiative by the Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of independence and the glorious history of its people, of the culture and the achievement. So whenever you go to any historical monuments, you will be seeing this. Even even government officials, your banners or your stationery, they are having this logo because they are celebrating 75 years of Amrit means sector 75 years of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Okay, so you also learnt a Hindi word because our national language, Hindi is the most speaking language. So Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Okay, so there are some Indian Tourism Development Corporations (ITDC). There are some state tourism departments. And yesterday I showed you this. Like these are different types of sources of information, like tour operators, hotel industries. They can give you all information. Um, this is basically the print media also plays an important, vital role in providing information regarding tourism. You can go through it, and there is also you can see TV serials where you get information, then documentary films, promotional films through internet that is always there, and some sponsored programs. Suppose if you wanted to come to India on a sponsorship, how you should go. So all those are there. A lot of you have to do really hard work because there are a lot of steps involved in it. Regulations are there, rules are there, regulations are there, guidelines are there. Suppose you want to come to India to study and on sponsorship. So these are similarly, you get all these informations. Okay. And yes, this is the last slide I wanted to show you. This is the Ministry of Tourism, and this is basically the nodal agency for the formulation of national policies and programs, and coordinating various activities related to tourism. And there's a government, there's also the state governments, and this is the website. You should please go through this website. You please write here Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, then you'll come to know everything. Plus we have as I told you, there are many India tourism office abroad also, in overseas countries in South Africa. It is Johannesburg. So this is the address. Okay, you will get. Yes, you can try all this. Okay, you can write tourism office in South Africa. Then you can go and check the website. They will have lot of information. So I think today I was only talking. So thank you for all your attention. And of course, you should travel because it is an investment in yourself. And I think once in a year, you should go to some place which you have never been before. You'll come to know about the culture, about the religion, about the history, about the geographical area of that place. This is being quoted by Dalai Lama. So once a year, you go to some place you have never been before. That is very interesting. Okay. So that was, I think, all about. If you have any questions, you can just yes.
So thank you, ma'am, for the
Hmm.
exciting presentation.
Yes.
Uh, so what I'm thinking about is I have already, I can say, talked to one of my friends who is working
Mm-hmm.
in a travel agency.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they can just give me a place to join their agency so that I can learn a lot of things there. I
Acha,
can explore.
Kapilu,
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to know what exactly are you? You are a student or you are working somewhere?
Ma'am, basically, I'm a computer scientist.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So
that's
I just joined I have passion in tourism. That's why I
okay.
joined.